I felt sad. Like, I just thought to myself, bro, like, you don't need to do this, bro. Like almost like a stripper, but hey, come here, bro.
Yeah.
You don't need to
save you, bro. Come on, bro. You don't have to be up there, bro.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
All right, bro. Coming off a Jake Paul and Mike Tyson boxing match. Isn't that fucking crazy to say that we saw Jake Paul fight Mike Tyson? Last night, when I'm watching it, I'm thinking, holy shit, I'm watching Mike Tyson fight. Now, it's not like prime Mike Tyson, but still Mike Tyson nonetheless. It was still cool to see like him be in that fight mode, be in that, he slapped Jake at the at the weigh-in, like see him being that savage Mike thing. I think it went how we expected. Like, I was telling my family Mike Tyson was not winning. Like, he's 58, bro. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, he's 58.
So,
could he beat me up? 100%.
So, how you said it, I mean, it's crazy just to say that, bro. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Jake is, bro, getting these fights that shouldn't be made. Not necessarily as in, because they're old. No, it's like him versus fucking Diaz, him versus Silva.
He's fighting these legendary guys.
These legendary guys, and I get it. They're older and everything like that. But it's like, bro, these are crazy fights that you didn't think you would see happen. And they're fights with dangerous men that all have that power to take Jake out. He's still fucking here, bro. He's still fucking here. Fury did it, whatever, but he didn't knock him out or anything like that.
It was a split decision.
And it was a split decision. Yeah. But, like, bro, what else does Jake need to prove, bro? What else?
Well, so you constantly hear the
fight a real fighter,
the fight a real fighter, fight a real boxer. My question to those people is, are you tuning into a Jake Paul fight to see him fight a no-name boxer, or are you tuning in to see him fight a former UFC fighter, a Mike Tyson? Are you tuning in? Because obviously people are tuning in to watch that. They fucking sold out AT&T Stadium last night.
Wild.
Bro, I'm sure the Netflix numbers are going to be crazy, even though Netflix fucking dropped the ball on that shit and the stream sucked ass. And it really makes me worried for WWE streams. But we'll get to that. We can get to that later. But I'm sure the numbers are crazy for this fight. Like, you can say what you want, but you're not tuning in to see him fight some no-name boxer. You're tuning in to see him fight Mike Tyson. You're tuning in to see him fight Tyron Woodley, to fight Nate Diaz. Like, you're tuning in to see these fights. So that's why it's like, I don't know why people take it so serious. Like, I think people, I understand that Jake says he wants to fight Canelo. He wants to be world champion. He wants to do this and that. I honestly feel like, yes, he does want to do those things, but he also knows that it's going to get people get pissed and be like, bro, this guy wants to fight Canelo, but he hasn't even fought a real boxer. He knows people are going to constantly talk about him if he says these things. He's a troll. He's a heel. He's a perfect heel. He comes out last night. His music hits. You automatically hear the boo. I just say, bro, you, like, look at you. You sold fucking AT&T Stadium out. You do this as the heel. You know no one is here for you. We went to the Nate Diaz and Jake Paul fight. Bro. Nobody was there for Jake. It felt like we were like the only people in our section going for Jake.
What's funny is that we weren't even going against Nate. We fuck with Nate, but we were there to see Jake.
Yeah. And so it's like he does all these things as the heel.
Yeah.
And bro, he does a phenomenal job. And I don't know. I feel like nobody will ever give him his credit for the fighting wise, because they're just gonna say it's rigged when he wins. Which that's another thing where it's like, okay, this guy is rich. He has nothing else to do but train. So it's like, whenever you can put so many hours into whatever you're trying to do, and you have all the money in the world to get the best trainers, the best people to teach you this craft, you would think somebody's going to get good, right? Like, let's say I'm rich and I have all this time. I have 8 hours a day to just fucking box, and I can hire the best trainers. Bro, eventually I'm going to be good.
Yeah.
And so like no matter who you put in that scenario. So it's like, I don't know why people say all this shit is rigged. Mike Tyson is 58, bro, and people are still saying the fact that he lost it was rigged. He's 50 fucking 8, and he hasn't boxed since 2005. And he's fighting a 27-year-old guy who you can argue is in the physical peak of, you could argue which age is physical peak, but he's in one of his peaks, and they're saying it's rigged. Like, that's crazy, bro.
What's funny, the whole rig thing that makes me laugh too is, for one, maybe I'm too invested. I've become a fan to where I think, fuck you, it's not rigged, bro. I mean, why would it be rigged? But not just that, like, actually think about it. What does he gain if it's rigged?
Mike or Jake?
Jake, I'm sorry. What does he gain if it's rigged?
Yeah.
He pays out a lot of money, okay, to, for someone to drop, you're going to lose this fight. You're going to get knocked out, be made fun of that you got knocked out by a YouTuber. Okay, that's one thing. So they have to, have someone get humiliated like that. And then he's just building up his resume to fight. Let's say he does fight Canelo one day, but apparently he's done it on all these rigged fights. If they're all rigged to where he's apparently not actually this good, and he goes in with Canelo, what is it for? Was he going? Is he going to beat Canelo and say it's rigged there too? And then people like, no, bro. Like
people would say it was rigged. If I'm not saying he would beat Canelo, but if he did, people would say it was rigged.
But I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, does that make sense? What I'm saying? It's like, it doesn't make sense if he's rigging all these fights just to become the best when he ain't shit at all. Like, where basically it's just, bro, you're going to expose yourself. You're going to expose yourself that you're not good at all. So no, bro, you're right. How you just said, like, bro, he's eventually going to get good. And he is good. But I don't know. People just hate on it.
Well, and I just think I understand the whole tradition. He's just taking a different route.
Oh, 100%.
He's taking a different route. And I look at, for the people that say fight a real boxer, I look at someone like Tyron Woodley, 5-time UFC champion, could probably beat a lot of people that are boxers, bro. We've seen Jake fight professional boxers, and these are guys that just look like they're off. Anybody can go get a professional boxer license. Yeah. So like, I look at these fights with a person like Tyron Woodley, a person like Nate Diaz, and I think that those people are better fighters than like just a little bum professional boxer. I don't know. I just look at it and I just think, bro, look, the fact that you fucking tuned in, this fight had so much hype. Bro, people on my Facebook that I never see talking about boxing were talking about this. In my neighborhood group, everyone was asking talking about the fight, saying who you got, Mike or Tyson. Like, people on the Rockwallian nonstop talking about people that never tune in for fights that I never see on my Facebook feed talking about fights. Like, you can say what you want. This motherfucker got you to watch this fight. Even though we all knew 58-year-old Mike Tyson cannot compete, this motherfucker made you hate him enough that you were going to tune in hoping that Mike Tyson would knock him out.
It's just the name Mike Tyson. He plays the game, Mike Tyson, bro. 100%. There's people at work that have never, ever spoken about boxing. And all you have to do is, you watching the fight tonight? And they all go, hell yeah, I'm watching the fight tonight. Who you got? And it's almost like they've been watching this shit, bro. They know this shit. But it's like, I mean, who am I to say? I don't watch it religiously. You watch more fighting than I do. But it's just like, it's funny to see that, like how you just mentioned, bro. All these people that you've never, ever seen or heard them talking about fighting before, now they're tuning in. But it's also Mike Tyson that sells. It's, it's the Nate Diaz that sells. It's the Anderson Silva that sells. It's the Tyron Woodley that sells. You know these damn names. So that's why you're not going to go against someone that doesn't know anyone, bro. What did the Mike Perry numbers do? And I want to know what the other numbers did for that. Gosh, dude,
honestly, I don't think the Mike Perry numbers did that great.
What's the other guy's name that he fucking knocked out cold, bro? And he like waved to him and everything like that.
Oh, bro. that was fucking another prime example of he is a professional boxer and we don't know his name.
But example of like no one. Blank, I mean, if the numbers were low, it's like August something, isn't it?
Yes, August. Oh, I'm thinking of the first name, bro.
But where I'm going with this, like, bro, if the numbers are low, it's because, bro, no one knew them. They just knew Jake, and no one tuned in. So you're right. Your example earlier is if it was like a top 10 boxer, is anyone going to watch? Because you don't really know them. Like
a lot of people don't know top 10 boxers, bro. You know, like maybe the 1 and 2, but you don't know the other people.
People know the name Canelo, bro. People know the name Mayweather,
but they don't know anybody else in his division. Like so it's like
I don't.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, I don't understand. I think you'll never please anybody. Stephen A. Smith has been one big one where I see him constantly say he's got to fight top 10 fighters. First off, which fighter who's had 11 pro fights is fighting top 10 fighters? Nobody. I don't care who it is. Floyd Mayweather, Gervonta Davis, Canelo Alvarez. None of them were fighting those fighters. Second, why do you take it so serious? Bro, Jake is a fucking troll. Nobody, like, I don't know if he'll ever be world champion, but who am I to doubt him? This motherfucker keeps doing these shit, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
He keeps on doing what he says he's going to do,
yeah,
bro.
so, like, who am I to doubt him? But at the same time, I don't take it serious. Do I think he could beat Canelo? No. But do I think him saying he can beat Canelo is going to piss people off to make them tune in? Yes. And, like, bro, you're playing into his game. Like, I don't and you got to respect that. Like,
yes.
Bro, you could hate him and you could say all this and that, but you are tuning in and you have to respect that he got you to tune in. And so it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't understand why people take it so serious. I'm a Jake Paul fan. I think, bro, Mike Tyson, even before this fight, has always given him his credit. Has always said he is good for boxing. He was never one of those OG people that said, no. He always thought, bro, he's bringing eyes to boxing. And look what he did. Look what he did. Like, bro, he got hundreds of thousands of people to believe that a 58-year-old Mike Tyson had a chance to beat him.
And not just that. Take like from more sentimental standpoint, he gave a whole new generation a chance to watch,
And the old generation.
And an older generation to watch Mike at least one more time.
Yep.
I mean, me and you watch it with the Roy Jones Jr. fight, or whatever, and that was fucking crazy. Like in my head, I
this was a pro fight.
In my head, I kept on thinking, bro, I'm watching Mike Tyson. This is wild. And when they showed the highlights, you know what I told Emily? We're going long on this opening, but when they show the highlights, they show the highlights for Jake, and I'm like, we watch that, we watch that, we watch that, we watch that, and then they switch over to Mike's highlights, and I told Emily, isn't it crazy? We're about to watch Jake fight a fighter whose highlights look like that, like the quality, like it's old, but he's about to be in the ring, and we're about to watch that. And she's like, it is crazy, and I'm like, no, like really think about that. Like this man has been in boxing, and he's been a killer for all these years, and he's about to get in the ring with Jake Paul, and we're here to watch it. Like it's so crazy.
I just think, bro, look, and anybody can say what they want, but you're tuning in. And even I see so many fighters saying, bro, Jake's a pussy, like he's fighting this 50-year-old guy, and he needs to fight a real fighter. Bro, you're tuning in as well, and you're giving him the clout that he wants. You're shouting him out. You're saying, Jake Paul, fight me. Now you who looks like they want the money? Like, you know, bro, like he is doing all of that just by fucking being the heel and like doing all this, bro. He's a genius.
What did they say on Straight Outta Compton, bro? When they were burning all the records, he was like, I don't care what they do with them. They bought them motherfuckers. So, bro, like, Jake doesn't care that you hate him. Guess what? You're still going to buy the pay-per-view. You're still going to tune in. He's still getting that money.
and even if you don't buy the pay-per-views, you're still tuning in. You're still talking about him on social media. And so it's like, I just think it's gonna be a never-ending cycle. Yep. I don't know what the goal. He says the goal is to be world champion. Bro, who might have say he's not gonna get there now? There's plenty of world champions that you don't know their names.
Yeah,
they're not famous.
Yeah,
they're like, bro, and he could win the least popular world championship, but he still accomplished what he said he was going to accomplish.
And not just that, not even on his not even the accomplishments he's done, but the accomplishment of putting people on boxing. To be honest, bro, you know me. I mean, you already know this. I didn't know who Amanda Serrano was prior.
Oh yeah, look at her now.
And now look at her, bro. And now every single time she wants to fight, oh yes, the robbery right there. But every single time she fights, I think, God, bro, I want to see Amanda win, bro. Because Amanda's she's a tank. She's a beast, and she's Jake did good, bro. Jake did that, and he put her on, bro. He put her on. He didn't have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I know we sound like we're dick sucking Jake. I'm just saying, bro. I just don't understand why people still do this ride where it's like, bro, it's gonna be never ending, bro. But at the same time, that's why people tune in to see Floyd. You know, that's why people tune in to see him lose, and the motherfucker never lost.
That's why my parents bought all the pay-per-views.
He's strategic, bro, and that's what Jake's doing. And bro, I don't fault him for it at all. He's getting that money. So, bro, I think he's ultimately good for boxing. Logan was there yesterday. He just doesn't fit the boxing vibe. He's WWE, bro. Yeah. Like he just doesn't fit that.
I'm not gonna lie. Even in the backstage stuff, I thought to myself, Logan, get out of here, bro. Like I don't know. Like he was just for some reason he was annoying me. In WWE, he's perfect, but for in the real world, I'm thinking you're just kind of annoying, bro. Yeah. He was spraying that shit 24/7. In my head,
what annoys me is he's every time I see him, he's always with KSI. But then when Jake has a fight, then he's like there being big brother, like doing. And so that's why when I see him, I'm like, no, it just doesn't work.
I think overall, the biggest takeaway we can all agree on from the whole fight, bro, the whole build up to everything. Mike Tyson got some nagaras, boy.
I can't believe Netflix did him that way, bro. That's so crazy, bro. His ass was for real out there like that. Thank goodness Jake didn't knock him out also. I was happy. You could tell.
Yes,
you could tell. 100%. He even said in the press conference he decided.
Yes,
because in the third round, I think it was the third round, he rocked him. Mike was hurt. And I just thought, okay, you can end the fight here, but I don't want to see him get knocked out.
No, I didn't want to. I'm not gonna lie. There was a point in it to where I just I felt sad. I just thought to myself, bro, you don't need to do this, bro. I almost like a stripper, but hey, come here, bro. You don't need to
save you, bro. Come on, bro. You don't have to be up there, bro. No, I agree.
You don't need to be dancing for dollars. No, I just thought to myself, Mike, why are we doing this right now, bro? The first two, or maybe it was third round, but in the beginning, I was thinking, bro, it's fucking Mike Tyson watching this shit. Oh shit, look at him moving, look at him moving. And then after, I'm really respect, bro, to Jake for not knocking him out.
Yeah,
and he kept on saying, "I'm going to knock his ass out."
Yeah.
He didn't.
You could tell he decided. No matter what people say, you could tell he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna lay off the gas."
Even at the very end, bro, the final 10 seconds, bro. Yeah, he didn't even. So he just bowed to him, and then I was like, "That's beautiful."
Yeah, No, it's fucking crazy. I can't believe we're here fucking talking. We spent 15 minutes talking about this. Like, it's just insane to think about. But episode 56 of the Lame Guys Wrestling Podcast. I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent.
You want to get straight into SmackDown? SmackDown was epic last night. There was a lot of things that happened.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So Cody, first things on the agenda. Last night we had Cody give that good ass promo with Nick Aldis about KO. And then KO gives that promo, obviously, like where he's in the car and he's doing he's saying pretty much that he got to the arena and they told him he has to leave. He has to leave. Like what for the events that happened last week when was it last week or the week before?
It was last week.
Okay, where he pile drived Randy Orton. I told you before, or I may have told you this, I don't know, but like I saw on Twitter people talking about it as well. Like they make it, what's weird is they're making the pile driver seem like it's such a bad move. On AEW they do it like nothing. Yeah. And then Undertaker's always done the tombstone, and I've always thought like, from obviously he holds the person's face right up in his crotch, but like theoretically the move is supposed to be like your head hits the mat. Yeah. Like that's what the actual move is supposed to like do, right? Yeah. So that's fine, but they're making the pile driver seem like it's fucking devil's move, bro.
Devil's move. Well, I mean, I think it's mainly because that. I mean, I hear what you're saying.
I always think of Stone Cold.
It was that Stone Cold situation, bro, that really said, "Fuck that, you're not doing it." And AEW doing it is, bro, because it's that forbidden move you're not supposed to do. So when they do it on there, it's just like, damn, they did it. But I think I feel like they do it a lot. So
they do it a lot. It's nothing.
So it's nothing.
They do it like it gets no reaction. Like it's just nothing. Either way, Cody did it. Cody cut a great promo with Nick. Nick, pretty much saying like, I don't want my champion to fight this guy. This guy's unhinged. Like we don't know what he's gonna do. But leading up to what we would assume Survivor Series, and then I saw on Twitter that people were saying that it's gonna be the main event of Saturday Night Main Event. Which I'd be cool. I'd be down for that. I'd be fine with that. Ultimately, Cody planting the seeds, though, I feel like where he's saying, this is my fault. That's why Randy Orton is going to... That's why Cody turned on him, and that's why Randy Orton eventually, we can assume, is going to turn on him. So, ultimately planting the seeds for Cody and Randy Orton, which I'm starting to think, bro, that's where we're going for WrestleMania.
Cody versus Randy Orton?
Yes, which... Thank goodness, bro. Thank goodness, right? Another thing that happened...
Cody going to lose.
To Randy Orton?
Yeah.
I personally would be okay with that. Yeah, but that's also just because I'm a big Randy Orton fan.
Yeah, me too.
Another thing that happened, Shinsuke Nakamura finally shows up to fight LA Knight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Shinsuke Nakamura and LA Knight, we can assume probably going to happen at Survivor Series as well. I'm down for that. Shinsuke, they turned him into this savage heel that was cutting these bad heel vignettes. Yeah, and he was getting his ass whooped every week on Raw, it felt like. And so like, I'm not going to lie. This adds credibility to LA Knight's run because I feel like his matches have just kind of just been like match here, match there, match there. None of them have been like real rivalries or anything like that. This one I feel like can do that. And I also feel like it adds credibility to his resume. And personally, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be okay if Shinsuke takes the title off of him.
You think and go ahead and end it now?
Well, it may not be the first time. Right, I could see this being a multitude match thing.
Oh, okay, bro. They can fight at Survivor Series and then end it at Saturday Night Main Event.
That's fine with me too. Mm-hmm. I could totally see this being a multiple match type deal. Maybe a match on SmackDown as well. Yeah. But I'd be okay with Shinsuke taking it, especially if you really want to turn Shinsuke into that heel that they had. Remember when he was feuding with Cody? Yeah. He was going at Cody and he was cutting these vignettes that were really good. Like obviously you didn't understand what he was saying, but like they were really good. It was that heel veal like that we hadn't felt from Shinsuke in a long time. Yeah. So I feel like if you really want to establish Shinsuke as a good heel, I would love for him to take the title off LA. And I feel like LA doesn't really lose anything from it.
Okay, now I like the idea of him instead of like just taking it off already. I thought that's what you're saying. Okay, first match already, take it off. Multiple matches would be fine. I could see them doing that Saturday Night Main Event. I'll be fine with that. And then we've also gotten to the point where we've had a discussion before saying that title runs don't need to be the Roman title run. They don't need to be the Gunther thing. And we talked about back in the day, they'd be a couple months and dip. Couple months, dip. Couple months, retain, dip. Like, it's okay. We're okay with doing that.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to add to before we get to this Bloodline stuff is Street Profits turning heel. We've been waiting for that. We were going to get that when they were with Bobby, but the crowd loved them so much. So Street Profits turning heel. They even wore black. They
look clean.
They look clean as fuck, bro. And I'm so happy.
Bro, Angelo looked like he lost some weight. I don't know why. He's been like skinnier, but like I feel like he's from last night's thing. I don't know why I thought you just look even a little skinnier. Like, good for you.
I mean, he's already athletic as fuck, so I would
Yeah.
imagine him losing weight is even going to make him even more agile.
Yeah.
So, and Bobby, whenever we had Bobby on the podcast, he said, like, he wants him to stop getting on the top rope, but he's probably going to be doing more of that shit if he's losing weight. Street Profits need to turn heel. I'm ecstatic about that. The SmackDown division, tag team division right now, isn't it crazy that we're constantly talking about the SmackDown tag team division, but Raw, sometimes I forget that Finn and JD have the tag titles. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit,
Not
bro.
necessarily that nobody gives a fuck. They, like, just don't do anything with it.
Like they genuinely don't chat. Like it feels like the SmackDown tag titles are constantly on SmackDown. Like they're constantly on TV. The Raw titles, sometimes they don't even get addressed. Like like that's so crazy.
They just do those backstage segments and the titles are there, and after that, like they're not the ones that get sent to the ring to go do anything.
Yeah. Moving on, let's get to this bloodline shit, bro. A lot to unpack here. So essentially we're still looking for a fifth guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people are torn about adding the fifth guys because I feel like honestly I thought it would work fine with just 4.
Yeah, 4
like,
versus 4.
I don't think I don't look at War Games and be like, damn, we're missing the fifth person. I don't give a fuck. Like the War Games it's War Games. Like I don't care. Like it's still gonna be cool no matter what. They're adding the fifth person, so on Raw they're looking for the fifth guy. They asked Seth, which that was cool to see Seth with the Bloodline, him interacting with Solo and Jacob Fatu. It got spoiled that we ultimately know the fifth guys, and then SmackDown teased it. Obviously, like even if I don't talk about the spoilers, SmackDown, what happened last night on SmackDown, probably what's gonna happen on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, it's gonna be Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins being in the extra guys.
I'm not gonna lie, the Bronson Reed thing kind of fits in my opinion.
Bro, I saved a tweet that I was gonna say, and
it kind of fits.
It does.
It fits not just from look standpoint, but he's
got the tribal tattoos too.
Well, he's Polynesian. He's like,
I don't know if
from
he's Polynesian,
New Zealand and everything like that. So that's all Polynesian culture, and they do the haka. So I mean, the whole Samoan aspect is still there. So it's not even that far.
Bronson Reed is perfectly suited for the Bloodline 2.0. Doesn't look out of place, bro. He doesn't. He really doesn't.
You know what I like, bro? Is that even he hit the 1 last night?
Yeah.
In my head,
what do you think? This could be like an actual thing?
I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be shocked.
I would be. I just think they want to build Bronson by himself.
That's true. That's a good point too. Because I'm like I said in my head, I thought, bro, he just kind of fit so well. Like I never saw how we said like spoilers, like for the 5th member of like the OG Bloodline, I don't see them hitting the 1 with Roman at all. Why? Because they're an outsider. Like they don't need to. Cool if you did, but like you didn't need to. So Bronson doesn't need to hit that 1. But last night, bro,
they're gonna do a story. He's related to them.
Yeah. Ooh,
he had a sector of his family go off to New Zealand. And
boy.
Or Australia, or
we had
to
to go plant some seeds over
there.
Boy.
Yeah.
Is he Australian? Or
I think he's Australian because I listened to.
Auszilla.
Yes,
they call
he's Australian.
Yeah, Australian. Yes. Okay, my bad.
Either way, though, it's still the same.
He's still Polynesian.
Yes. You're right. I think it fits perfectly. I see why they would be negative. Okay, well, first let's talk about what happened. So then Bloodline comes out. That shot, bro, while all 4 of them are staring at each other, looks fucking epic. And then when they go and they all start I just thought, bro, this is your War Games match right here. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need 5th people. Like this could be the match and everybody would be completely fine. It's supposed to be between the OG Bloodline and the Bloodline 2.0.
Yeah,
I understand WWE for some reason wants to add 5 people, whatever. So Bronson Reed comes in, and right away I thought, wow, this fits.
Yeah.
Like right away I thought, bro, just looking at this on the screen, like Bronson Reed fits with this bloodline. Like you said, like maybe it's the Polynesian thing, maybe I don't know what it is, but it fits. It was cool to see Roman interact with him and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
It was an epic fight. And then so we're getting Seth Rollins in the match. So you want to talk about that first, or you want to talk about what happens later when he calls Paul Heyman?
Let's stick with the Seth Rollins.
Okay, so how do you feel about Seth Rollins being on the OG Bloodline side?
I guess from a story aspect. I guess from 2 story aspects. From one story, it's like, bro, it doesn't make sense because they fucking hate each other. They fucking hate each other's guts. But so did Sammy and Jay and everything like that. But it's not on the same level as Seth and Roman. But if you're looking at it, Seth and Roman have the history of being one of the most dominant factions in WWE at one point. He had your back for years. You need someone that truly has your back. I guess, okay. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm down for it. But at the same time, I thought, I don't know. Go get Cody.
I see a lot of people. Okay, well, so then I would assume you would want Cody over Seth.
Well, because that's who I thought it was going to be over Sammy.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said before,
so
I'm
who would you
perfectly
want in it? So Seth or Cody?
Cody, because he has that history with this bloodline.
Yeah.
So it made sense. But then now that they got Bronson, it's like, okay, so now they took their business into, you don't interfere with bloodline business. Well, now, they interfere with bloodline.
Personally, I look at this from two aspects. I look at it as I would want Seth over Cody just because I want Cody to be done. I want him to be done with this bloodline shit. Like, I want him to be on his own path, ultimately leading to him and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I don't want him to fight The Rock at WrestleMania. And if he stays in this bloodline shit, he's going to fight The Rock. So I look at it from that sense of I feel like it's a more entertaining storyline with Seth in it than it would be with Cody in it. But then I think we just had this whole shit at WrestleMania 40 where Seth cost his whole title. He sacrificed himself just to have Roman lose, just to take Bloodline Roman Reigns down. And now he's going to tag with him? Yeah. Like, that doesn't really make sense, right? No. Like, I just feel like, bro, he knew he was probably going to lose his match at WrestleMania because he was fighting the night before just to help Cody against Roman and The Rock.
Yeah.
And then he loses his title and then still goes out, can barely walk, can barely move at the main event of WrestleMania, and then sacrifices himself so Cody can get the win. And then you're just going to have all of that be kind of for nothing and then have him tag with the Bloodline. Like, it just doesn't really kind of make sense. But at the same time, like I said, from my perspective, I would rather see Seth in the match than Cody. I just would. Like, I don't want to see Cody with the Bloodline anymore.
I get what you mean.
I'm just tired. I just feel like we've seen it nonstop. It's been over 2 years now. I get it on and off, but it has been over 2 years now with him and Roman. And then after WrestleMania 40, he was dealing with the Bloodline for months. So, I don't know. I'm torn about it. Ultimately, I think the match is going to be a banger no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Because
at the end of the day, we're still getting the Bloodline versus Bloodline.
We're still getting the Bloodline versus Bloodline, and we're still getting Bronson Reed and Seth, which their feud has been great as well.
Yeah.
Like, their backstage segments, fighting each other. This whole Bronson Reed as a monster, and Seth not being able to fucking take him down, right? Like, It's been very interesting. But it does kind of feel like, okay, we don't want to give y'all a one-on-one match, and then they need a fifth guy. So let's just put it here. I'm genuinely curious what the thought process was there. But Bronson Reed fits that shit for sure. Bronson Reed fits it for sure. Isn't it weird how the whole Bloodline 2.0 was all like, Samoan, like Polynesian, but then Bloodline original OG has two white guys, and then Roman and his cousin. That's weird. Either way, I think it's gonna be a bigger match no matter what. I think people should give it a chance. I'm gonna give it a chance because it's like.
At the end of the day, like I said, the main thing is that we want a Bloodline versus Bloodline. We're getting that. So these little cherry on tops, whatever.
And then I'm curious, like, we don't know what the dynamic is going to be like with Seth and Roman. They could still not even get along, and it's just more so just like, I need you here for this. Like, after this, we go, like, we're done. Like, I don't want to come in and interact with you. So we still don't know what the dynamic's going to be like. What if Seth fucking turns on Roman still?
At the very end.
Yeah, like, there's still a whole lot of possibilities that could happen here. So I think people should just give it a chance. I think ultimately, though, people are upset about it.
He's going to turn on Roman, and that's going to be Roman versus Seth at Mania. No, I'm just kidding. We need Roman versus Rock.
We need Roman versus Rock. I could see The Rock costing them, though, making them lose. Yeah. I think the OG Bloodline is going to lose.
Which is sad.
I think they're going to lose at Survivor Series. I just think it is what it is. Because The Rock's got to play a factor in somehow, some way.
I want to point this out as well. It's been going on for a little bit now, but I'm really loving the stuff with Jacob Fatu. Every single time he gets in the ring, after a while, it's with someone brand new, and they have this stare down.
Yeah.
So people online have been noticing it too. But even this tweet from Pro Wrestling Finesse says WWE has teased multiple single matches for Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, KO, Jey Uso, and Braun Breaker. And it's like
he hasn't even had a one-on-one match yet.
And it's like every single one of those. Oh my gosh! You're right. We haven't even seen like we could do in a one-on-one match, but we already know there's gonna be a banger because of the stuff he's done in this Bloodline, like these stories. And it's like, bro, you're a monster, bro. And even him and Bronson were in a team last night, but they even stared at each other for a little bit. And I thought, oh my gosh, this will be good too, bro. So the possibilities for Jacob Fatu in the future, bro, is so great. I cannot wait to see what they do with him, and I hope he's everything we expect.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see how he's gonna react to The Rock.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a strange one too because it's like
he's gonna look at Jacob. He's gonna...
like, I'm just genuinely curious how The Rock ties into this whole because like we still got to factor him in. Like, a lot of people saying this Red One movie sucked ass. They're saying they're saying we're going to see him back a lot sooner. But I know he's filming Moana live action, so I personally don't know. Yeah. I think he'll probably make an appearance at Survivor Series. Ultimately, I don't think he'll be fully back for his run until next year.
He could show up just so you can be like, I'm still watching.
Yeah, I'm still watching. I think he'll show up, maybe show up, and then they'll knock them out and then get the pin that way or somehow, some way. I don't know. But The Rock still got to play a factor in this also. Yeah. We still have to see.
Paul Heyman?
Yeah, so then we had the Paul Heyman thing. So a lot of people are theorizing now. Roman calls Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's number is inactive. Now, couple possibilities here. Paul Heyman could have changed his phone number just because he was scared of the bloodline maybe, and he's like, he don't want no one of them having his number. Or he just never got a new phone after Solo fucking crashed his shit out. But his phone would still ring though, right? If your phone breaks, it'd still ring, wouldn't it?
How? It's broken.
Yeah, but the line still exists.
But who's gonna call?
I guess it would go straight to voicemail though.
Yeah.
So then it would go to voicemail.
But I guess saying the same thing that the number you have, Kyle, is not in service.
Yes. So then he disconnected it. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say this phone I dropped it in water. It'd probably just go to voicemail.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's off. But the line's still there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just looking too serious into it.
Or Verizon.
Or I saw this tweet, and I think you had sent me one as well, where Paul Heyman has two phones. One is for The Rock, and one is for Roman Reigns. His Roman one got destroyed, but he still got this Rock one. What if Paul Heyman comes back with The Rock? I don't think that's the route that
he doesn't need to.
But yeah, I don't think that's the route that they would go. But it would kind of line with what we've seen our whole childhood, because we talked about this before. We've never really seen Paul Heyman be a good guy.
Yeah.
So it kind of would line up with our whole thing, right? Like, he's betrayed Brock Lesnar multiple times. So it's like, I don't know, but I personally don't think that's the route they're going. I just think Paul Heyman is going to show up after the Bloodline loses at Survivor Series, when they feel like they have no answers, and that's when Paul Heyman is going to show up.
I'm just trying to. I want to hear what he has to tell them. That's just it. Like, I can't wait to hear that interaction.
Yeah,
I love Paul.
No, so
it's just like I can't wait to hear what the wise man.
Well, you already kind of see like Paul, that Roman doesn't really have the answers right now.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have his wise man, bro. And so like, I genuinely I do see them losing at Survivor Series, and then Paul Heyman, that's when he will show up. And that's when he will be there to aid Roman Reigns.
So what sucks though is like, okay, here's how I look at it too. If they lose at Survivor Series, when's another time where the OG versus the new can face again to get that lick back?
Well,
or do you just do them all separate and be like, oh, they end up winning in the end?
I don't think they would do that. I don't think they would ever go against each other. So we're getting off topic here, but here's how I would see it going. This is what I have in my mind right now. Just us talking about it right now. I haven't really thought about it too deep.
Hold on. Let Paul listen.
So here's what I have. Here's what I'm envisioning. OG Bloodline loses at Survivor Series. Roman Reigns is lost. Jey Uso finally is going to be... Jey Uso really doesn't even need this shit, right? Like, he's already main event. Like, he could go do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Same for Sami Zayn. So I don't know if they'll stick around, whatever. They're going to lose. Paul Heyman is going to come back and be there for Roman Reigns. And now that he has his wise man, Roman Reigns will probably fight Solo Sikoa at Royal Rumble. Will probably beat him. So Roman Reigns will probably fight Jacob Fatu at Elimination Chamber. Maybe, maybe not. Roman Reigns will probably beat him. Ultimately leading to The Rock. Roman Reigns himself takes out Bloodline 2.0. That's kind of how I'm envisioning it right now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of like when Randy Orton took out the Nexus one by one. He was just picking them off one by one.
Yeah.
Once Paul Heyman comes back, then our true tribal chief Roman Reigns, that he's gonna have that confidence back. Yeah, he's gonna have that confidence back, and then him by himself, maybe one-on-one, can take these people out.
Yeah,
I don't know if that works. This is kind of what I'm envisioning right now.
Thanos.
Yeah, I mean, bro, he was Thanos.
Yeah,
like he was. So I mean, I could see that. I could see that being the case.
Yeah, I'll be down for that.
Yeah, I don't know what Jay and Jimmy and Sammy do. Maybe they stick with him the whole time. But I could see Roman having these one-on-one matches, and that's where he gets his lickbacks.
So all that tells me is that we're going to see Roman versus Jacob at Royal Rumble. And when I say
Elimination Chamber.
Or Chamber. Damn, my bad. You said
Solo.
Solo. My bad.
Either way. Yeah, that'd be cool. I could see Solo being like, Jacob's got to go first. I could see that too.
Yeah.
But we're going to get Roman and Solo one-on-one eventually.
So, like I said, at the end of the day, all this tells me is that when I say we're going to get.
Yes. Yeah. So we can segue into that. So we got our Royal Rumble tickets.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mario.
Yes, sir. And we're going with Malik, Narcolepsy Boy.
Malik Kelly, bro.
Yeah,
Narcolepsy Boy.
yeah,
we linked up.
We've been linking up, and and we hit it off. So he's coming with us. He's gonna sit with us. We got our seats together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking epic, bro. Yeah. I cannot believe that we are gonna go to the Royal Rumble. Like that's just insane to me.
So did we talk about last episode where
we had said that we wanted to go, but we
well, I was saying like I think that's like the thought of it, or unless this was a conversation with me and you, the thought of it, just like actually being there and hearing the 3, 2, 1 out loud. Like I think that's when it's really going to hit me because for the most part they've been doing the openings.
Yes.
So I can see us having maybe either the men or women at the opening.
Yeah.
For the Royal Rumble. So it's insane to think like, oh my gosh, we're going to be there. And it's so cool. Like, flights done, hotels done, and the tickets are done.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Now it's just a matter of making it there, not dying, and fucking, and then it's just a matter of.
And we're gonna do another collab with Malik. In person there.
Yep. I messaged Nico. Hopefully he'll see it, being like, "Hey, bro, you going to roll? Let's film an episode."
That'd be cool. Too,
I'd love to have him on as a guest as well.
Santi.
Like, I think he's too big for us. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that'd be cool. Like I'd be down. I messaged Nico. We'll see if he responds. I don't think he will. But either way, we're filming with Malik. We'll have him on the pod. So that'll be great. And then we have some collabs coming out on his channel as well.
Those are really good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for the Royal Rumble. So since we're going, you want to give a little early prediction of what you think the card is going to look like?
The card or just the Rumble?
I have the card. I mean, I don't know who's going to. Well, I guess I put who's winning in my matches, but I mainly put the card.
Shit. Okay. I was just thinking about the actual Rumble.
That's fine. Go ahead. Give me what you put.
For the Rumble, Charlotte's coming back and she's going to win.
Ah, okay. I didn't think about that.
Charlotte's going to come back and she's going to win. She's going to get that. She's going to get that lick back. And what you got for the men?
Imagine running Nia. I don't think you have the title that long, but imagine running Nia and Charlotte again at Mania.
That'd be.
Just because I always think about that where they're actually look like they're hitting each other.
They ain't no looking like no.
I don't
know
if they're cool behind the stage or what, because that shit looks real.
Yeah,
that shit looks real. Like unless they were just making it seem that way and they're just phenomenal actresses. I don't know, but yeah, that would be crazy.
And for the men, it's gonna be Randy, bro.
Okay, I just put a card.
Okay.
I put Cena winning the Rumble, obviously because you have the men's Rumble.
I'm okay with that too, but
for the women's, I'm genuinely torn. I didn't really think about Charlotte just because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just forgot. I put Rhea ? Rhea was my original pick just because I thought, okay, she's gonna be out again for a while. She's gonna win the Rumble, then that's how she gets her shot at Liv. But now that she's back, spoiler, I guess, but it got spoiled that she's back and we're getting that at War Games. I don't know if that's the case anymore. But then I thought, okay, so if not Rhea, and if not Charlotte, I don't know who else fucking wins the Rumble.
I don't know.
I genuinely don't know. And I thought maybe Tiffany, but Tiffany already has the Money in the Bank. Maybe Bianca, but then you would think Bianca and Jade are going to run at WrestleMania.
Becky?
I don't know if anybody would want Becky, to be honest, to win the Royal Rumble. No disrespect, but it's just like she doesn't need it.
I mean, it is Charlotte or Rhea. But those are the ones where you think about like the main contenders. Like
where I can make the defense. Well, the only reason I was saying Rhea is because I thought she was going to be missing a lot more time.
Yeah.
So that's, but no, she ended up coming back with her mask and shit. So I guess she's not missing any time. So I thought her and then Charlotte could benefit from it just because she has missed a lot of time. So right away, automatically, not that she needs it, but it still automatically would boost her back up into the title picture. So who knows? I don't know. The women's one is really up for air. I put Roman versus Solo. I put Cody versus KO or Rock ? Because one would assume we're still going to see Cody versus Rock, but maybe that'll be later on down the line.
Pray the Rock.
Yeah, I hope the Rock is because that'd be fucking insane.
I told you, bro. He's the last stone, bro. I need on my Mount Rushmore. He's the last stone I need because I've seen my Mount Rushmore.
Oh, and Shawn Michaels.
I've seen my Mount Rushmore, bro. I need to see the Rock, and I am done, bro.
Yeah. And I put CM Punk versus Gunther.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Too.
So I feel like because you would think the card would have 5 matches.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty solid Royal Rumble card.
Yeah, I think so too.
Unless Roman is in the Royal Rumble and we don't get Roman in a one-on-one match. But I don't see why it would be just because if he's going to fight The Rock, then, I feel like you could just build off that.
I told you.
What?
I told you before.
The Rock's going to show up and cost him?
No, bro. The Rock and Cody are going to fight at Rumble. Rock's going to win. Roman could easily win that Rumble and fight and then
the
guess what?
title.
And then he gets the title back.
If they did do that, that's the ultimate Rock move, bro. Because that's what he fucking did when he fought Cena. That's the ultimate Rock move. They took the title off Punk at Elimination Chamber and fucking just so they could have the title for John Cena and The Rock. That would be the ultimate Rock move, bro.
And you know what, bro? I'd be happy as hell.
And it fits even more now because it's a heel and he has that whole like
The final
power like
boss
CEO
mentality.
like business. And so he could genuinely be like, yeah, this is for the title and like that.
Bro, I would love
fit.
it. I would love it so much.
That would make so many people pissed off.
Bro, yeah, and I'd love it.
Yeah. That would be crazy, bro.
Hey, I'm over this falling into his Cody Cryberry baby bullshit, bro. At the end of it, we got something great. So you know what? Whatever they have planned, I'm down, bro. Whatever they have planned, I am down.
Personally, I don't think Roman and The Rock needs the title. But
No,
if
they
it,
don't.
if
They
it did have the title, I mean, I'm okay.
Because at the end,
to see Roman with the strap again, boy, bro, that strap doesn't fit anybody else but Roman.
yes,
in my opinion.
yes,
So
I
it's
agree.
like-
I agree, and that's why whenever I think about that belt, it's hard for me to say Cody because I'm thinking
Yeah.
Roman's belt. I mean, Cody's.
Yeah, it just, bro, it looks phenomenal.
And
Roman.
I mean, we saw that one little thing after WrestleMania, bro, when Rock held that title for a sec. I thought, God, that looks good on you.
Yeah, it did look good. It did look good on him. It did look good on him.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Ultimately, though, I'm so excited. Like we said, bro, there's so much fucking history. I was telling Teresa yesterday, I was like, babe, I know like it doesn't really resonate with you, but there's WrestleMania and then there's the Royal Rumble.
Mhm.
And like my two only wrestling events will have been WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble.
That's why
like,
you need to go to Raw.
That's fucking insane to say, bro. Like that's just the two biggest PLEs. So yeah, I can't wait. I think it's gonna be so fun, and I do think The Rock is gonna be there in some capacity. Okay, so will you count it though as if you see him just live? Like, what if he doesn't wrestle but you see him still? Does that count for you? Are you basing this off seeing them in matches?
Well, the beauty of it is I've seen everyone else
In a match.
in person and in a match.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. So if I just see him in person, I think, in my opinion, I want the whole. I want his entrance. I want him going to the ring. If he just shows up to the ring and cuts a promo, you know what? I think I'll be okay. Because at the end of the promo, it's not gonna lie. A lot of times he'll do a rock bottom and call it a day, and
That's
I'll
true.
be happy, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be happy. But I want that. It feels somehow, and everyone just pop up. I want that feeling,
Yeah, I get it.
and then I'll be happy.
Yep. Want to move on? Anything else?
Yeah, bro. I think that was it for the Raw and SmackDown and the Royal Rumble thing. I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
One of them, I love these things. Who's the greatest masked wrestler of all time? And this tweet has 4 wrestlers on there. I know there's been plenty more, but there's 4 of them. Rey Mysterio, Kane,
I think I already know my answer.
Mankind, and The Fiend.
No, but for me, it's Kane.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all legends. Don't get me wrong. Mankind for me, I mainly see McFoley without the mask.
Yeah.
Right. Like so,
Especially when we were starting to watch.
Right. Yeah, and I get it. Like yes, he did have his run with he fought Undertaker Hell in a Cell with the mask. Like I understand he fought Triple H. To me, I look at McFoley. I don't think of him with the mask at all. That was before my time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think of McFoley. We had McFoley during our time, and all those times he didn't have his mask on. So I don't really consider him. For me, the Fiend, no fucking disrespect to Bray Wyatt, bro. He's a fucking legend. Rest in peace. I look at Bray Wyatt, and I think more so of Bray Wyatt than
Yeah,
I do of
me
the
too.
Fiend, right? Like,
Me
and
too.
so don't get me wrong, the Fiend is a legendary character, and he's fucking scary. Like that was a first time in a long time where we actually got like a scary character. The Fiend was fucking scary. He's a legendary character, but I don't think he did enough as the Fiend to be in the same conversation as Rey Mysterio and Kane.
Yeah.
So then it goes between Rey Mysterio and Kane. Rey Mysterio had the mask longer. He's had it throughout his whole career.
Yeah.
In WWE, not in WCW, but in WWE. But I just think overall impact, Kane just has done a lot more and has more legendary moments. And when I think of a masked character, the first person that comes to my mind is Kane.
Yeah. I agree with everything you said when it came to The Fiend and Mankind. My pick is also Kane. And it's funny because both their masks are so... They're the character itself as well. Like the whole mask situation for Rey is because he's a luchador, and luchadors don't take their masks off. They wear a mask to hide their identity because they're essentially superheroes in a sense for like Mexican culture and everything like that. Okay. For Kane, he's a burnt up motherfucker. He couldn't show his face, bro. The whole storyline behind it was phenomenal. So the mask is very synonymous.
Then they tied it in perfect. Even when he lost the mask, they tied it in perfect to where like
it was a mental thing.
There was just a mental thing. He
there was
wasn't
nothing,
physically
everything
burned.
wrong with him.
Yeah, he was just mentally just scarred, and he just felt like he was hideous and like ugly and like had this burnt on. But he actually did it.
No, yeah.
I was still scared of him though, even when he took his mask off.
Oh, bro, yeah. He had that little patch of hair right
here.
He
had the one contact. He had the fucking towel on his head, and he had the shackles. And bro, I was fucking scared of him when he took his mask off.
His theme.
I was more scared of him without the mask.
His theme around that whole era was beautiful, bro. Yeah. It was so good.
He was fucking shocking RVD's testicles. He threw JR in the
No, he shocked Shane.
Oh, Shane. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
RVD saved him.
Yeah.
Yes. He threw JR in that fire pit. I thought, bro. He threw Shane.
He threw Shane in the fire. Shane threw Kane in the fire pit, and he burned JR.
Yeah. I remember I watched that live. It was I felt like it was during Sunday Night Heat, if I remember correctly.
I can still hear fucking JR scream.
Yes, bro. That shit was crazy. He was unhinged, bro. He was scary. I was more scared of Kane there than I was with him. I'm
not gonna lie. I completely like that was like you saying it makes me remember, but like I for real forgot Shane kicked him into fire.
Yeah,
and everything like that. But I remember the ambulance match. That was a good one with them too. And then the whole thing when Shane jumped off the fucking thing was it Armageddon and he landed on Kane. God, that was so crazy, bro. But yes, Kane I think is my pick for that one as well.
Okay.
Next one. This is just a fun one. We can end it here on this one. I'm gonna go out of order because I don't want to make it too obvious, but we'll just we'll go.
Okay.
Triple H offers you 3 years, $25 million contract, but you have to beat your birth month in their prime in a no-hold-barred match. Can you do it?
Okay, I have to beat.
So I'm going to name 12 wrestlers, and you have to, and whoever your birth month is, that's the wrestler you have to fight, but you have to beat them in a no-hold-barred match. And can you do it? To get the 3 years, $25 million. Okay. But I'm going to go out of order so it's not so obvious. Braun Breaker, Gunther, Batista, Triple H, Undertaker, Goldberg.
God damn, bro. You going to give me some easy ones? I'm not beating
Roman Reigns.
Nope.
Randy Orton.
Nope.
LA Knight.
Nope.
Drew McIntyre.
Nope.
Jacob Fatu.
Nope.
John Cena.
Nope.
That's 12 wrestlers. Who do you think your month is? I see it.
Okay, well, you didn't go in order, so I just...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to go in order. Who do you think? You think your month is Gunther?
I guess. This is a guess. I mean, I don't know. You didn't go in order.
Sorry, bro. You got Randy.
Oh, yeah. I'm not being fucking Randy, bro. That's out of that list, I'm trying to think who's the easiest. There's none of them. None of them are fucking easy.
LA. No disrespect.
Guess, yeah, no disrespect. But out of all of those, yeah, I guess I'd rather take my chances against LA Knight. Even though I'm not saying I beat him. I get my ass whooped, but
yeah,
I think I'd have the best chances with LA Knight out of that list. Who's your month?
Fucking course. They knew this, bro. They knew your month would be Randy, so they gave me Taker.
Oh yeah, you're not fucking
fucked.
You're not winning that shit.
I'm fucked,
yeah.
Bro.
We'd be fucked, bro. I thought it was gonna be like an easier choice. Nobody's fucking winning those.
And then I thought to myself, hey, maybe our daughters, bro, they're born in the same month. They got easy. They got easy streak, boy. They got Triple H.
They got Triple H. Nobody's fucking winning that shit, bro. That's fucking ridiculous. I have a couple of tweets I want to bring up to you. A lot of people were pissed about the Seth Rollins joining Team Roman.
Mm-hmm.
What about this tweet here? Who would you prefer joining Team Roman? A, Seth Rollins. Even though we already know, just for theoreticals. A, Seth Rollins. B, CM Punk. C, Braun Breaker. D, Cody Rhodes. Out of those four.
I said it earlier. I think Cody would be it, but if I don't take Seth and I don't take Cody, I think Braun.
So I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see CM Punk just because of the whole CM Punk and Paul Heyman thing.
That'd be a good one too. I didn't even think about that.
And then that could lead to some potential storyline between Punk and Roman.
That'd be a good one too because we've never seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
It's been a while since we've seen them interact with each other on.
So I think it'd be a good interaction like that too. I didn't even look about the Heyman stuff and
then Braun Breaker. Also, Paul Heyman has been. Braun Breaker has been labeled as kind of maybe possible future Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah.
So that would be cool too, just to see the whole Braun Breaker go against Jacob Fatu, Bronson Reed. Now, obviously, it's not happening. Braun Breaker's a heel. But I think that would be also cool as well.
I just like the whole aspect of who spoke to Braun? Was it Jimmy or Jay? Didn't one of them talk to him?
Jimmy went and talked to him.
Okay, see, and I like that whenever I saw it. I was like, you know what, that's not bad, bro. I mean, Braun's still up and coming. He's still, still young talent with it, and that'd be pretty cool to see that.
Yeah. One more question for you, and then we can wrap it up here. One WWE title reign has to go. Picture here is Eddie Guerrero's.
Okay.
I already pretty much know your answer. I think we have the same answer here. Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
The Miz and CM Punk.
Probably Miz.
Okay, mine is The Miz too, but if not The Miz, then who?
Jeff.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
Yeah, if not The Miz, it's Jeff.
I've never been. I know a lot of people in the comments are saying. This one guy is saying, I stopped watching wrestling about 2007, so I could care less about CM Punk and The Miz. That's fair. Because I could care less about the Miz's run. I mean, no disrespect, but
no disrespect. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like I know
that was at a rough time in WWE, so it's like that genuinely was when I kind of was losing interest.
And I can speak for both of us. We both are fans of The Miz.
Yeah.
So,
I think he's a legendary Hall of Fame. Like he's
legendary,
future Hall of Famer. Like he's fucking legendary.
But around that time, there's nothing big that pops up in my head that happened during his run, and that's no disrespect. That's just also like how you said. That's a time where I kind of stopped. I fell off a little bit.
I just think of Michael Cole being so annoying. He was so obsessed with The Miz.
Well, my biggest thing is I think about the title match he had with Cena when The Rock cost Cena the match. Like that's my biggest thing that I think about. I'm sure there's more out there, but that's the most synonymous one. Eddie, you're not taking that shit off Eddie, bro. Eddie, that whole win was historic alone. So that was the first time it popped in my mind.
And that run wasn't even that long.
It wasn't that long, but it was impactful. Punk. So much happened with that title and that run. So I mean,
he had a long run too.
Yeah, and Jeff, I love Jeff with the title, but I'm
not gonna lie, I remember
his entrances,
but like I don't remember like who he's fought. Like
Triple H.
That title run to me was it was at a time where I was in and out of wrestling. And like I said, I don't remember Jeff Hardy for having titles. I remember for Jeff Hardy giving me legendary, iconic moments outside of that. So like his title reigns, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember much of them. But like I said, when he was champion, that was kind of when I was in and out. So I wasn't really paying attention as much. And then, so if I had to get rid of those out of two, it would be The Miz and Jeff Hardy. Yeah. And then if I had to just keep one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm keeping Eddie. Call me biasness, but you're right. Eddie beating Brock Lesnar was fucking historic. No one really envisioned that just because Brock Lesnar was this monster. And even if it was just because Brock Lesnar was leaving, whatever, it still turned out to this icon, bro. Maybe it's because Eddie died, but I see that scene everywhere when Eddie won the title and he goes into the crowd. Like, it's just it was an iconic win, and he had some good wins on it. And so, I mean, I would pick that one to keep, even though I know CM Punk did more, but still,
same.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's it, bro.
Cool. Next week, Survivor Series is next.
The 30th, so it's 2 weeks.
So next week, we should do predictions for it. And then bro, we're going to Royal Rumble. So. Can't wait, man.
You're going to hear us talk about that a lot.
Yeah, it's coming up. Well, it's February 1st.
February 1st.
So, bro, we're almost 2 months away.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking insane, bro.
Excited.
That's insane.
I'm so excited.
I wonder what the weather's going to be like. I hope it's not too bad.
Malik said it's not that bad. He said, good.
He said,
hoodie,
you need a jacket.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it being 30 degrees because I've always heard 30 degrees somewhere else is completely different than 30 degrees in Texas. Texas, 30 degrees, bro, shit's like fucking, like, ice everywhere. Like, people don't know how to act. 30 degrees over there, like, it is what
probably
it is.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I think we bring good jacket, be good.
Okay.
But until then, we'll catch you guys next week.
All right, later.